Hi, I'm Jamie, and today I'm introducing Clara Oswald from the 11th and 12th Doctor era.
Chalk on her hands, stars in her eyes. Stepped in a box, an odor in the sky. Just a teacher with a fearless heart, saving the universe from the start. Clara Oswald, brave and bright, human soul but twice the fight. Through every world, through every swirl, forever the Doctor's impossible girl. Not a legend, just a spark, lighting time against the dark.
Clara is a companion from 2012 to 2017.
Doctor?
Yes? What is it? What do you want?
Sorry, but you're about to make a very big mistake.
When Clara first meets the Doctor, it's a bit out of order with her timeline and his timeline. What that means is that when Clara first meets the Doctor, I guess you could say officially, it's when she's a Dalek, and she risks her own life to save him. Second occasion she meets the Doctor is when she's a Victorian governess in the Victorian era, and again, she sacrifices her life to save the Doctor. And then for the third time, she finally meets him as her prime self, as an ordinary human girl. Because of these occurrences of meeting the Doctor out of order and him pretty much witnessing her dying every time he's met her, he's starting to wonder, okay, what's going on? This girl is impossible. She's an impossible girl. So according to the Doctor, she was impossible due to their meetings previously in his personal timeline, with two such encounters where he saw her die. Though assured by the empathetic psychic Emma Grayling and the TARDIS scanner that Clara was just an ordinary girl, the Doctor couldn't believe that to be true and thought her to be the only mystery worth solving. Well, a physically ordinary human woman from the 21st century, Clara chose to enter the Doctor's timeline in his tomb on Trenzalore in order to try to reverse the damage done to his timeline by the Great Intelligence. This caused the time wind to shatter her into millions of what River Song referred to as echoes or splinters of herself that were dispersed throughout his personal timeline. These echoes corrected the damage caused by the Great Intelligence, but were not the original Clara. She was trapped in the Doctor's time stream, but rescued shortly thereafter by him. After Trenzalore, Clara became a schoolteacher, though she still traveled with the Doctor, meeting the Doctor's War and 10th incarnations. She was with him when he regenerated into his 12th incarnation, having encouraged the Time Lords to grant him a new regenerative cycle and continue to travel with him thereafter. Clara later met and fell in love with fellow school teacher Danny Pink. However, she lied to him about giving up her travels with the Doctor, only to lose him to a car accident and again to Missy, despite her best efforts to bring him back.
There he is. That worm. Gotcha, bitch! Jackass! Jackass! There he is.
But I still won the last round!
After the loss of Danny, Clara became less attached to Earth and began to copy the heroic aspects of the Doctor's persona. This caused her to become increasingly reckless, as she believed he would always have a plan.
Danny Pink
Yeah?
is dead.
And?
Clara's heroics eventually cost her greatly. While trying to prove Riggsy's innocence of a false murder accusation, she took a chronolock, which killed the one branded from him. The Raven, who was originally set to kill Riggsy, killed her instead. She was later extracted from her own fixed point of her death in her timeline by the Doctor, using an extraction chamber on Gallifrey. In her resurrected form, Clara had none of the usual aspects of the living, such as breathing, having a pulse, or even aging. Instead, being stuck between one heartbeat and the next. The Doctor then stole a TARDIS and escaped Gallifrey, traveling to the end of the universe in an attempt to fully bring back Clara, proving to be ineffective, however. The Doctor planned to wipe Clara's memory of ever traveling with him, yet instead, in a turn of events, the Doctor lost his memories of Clara.
Doctor.
You and me, together. Look how far I went for fear of losing you.
She then left in the other TARDIS, planning to use it to travel the long way around back to Gallifrey.
Gallifrey. The long way around.
Now it's time for Clara's personality. Clara is characterized by her cleverness, wit, bravery, and warm-heartedness, with a thirst for adventure and a tenacity to be cautious and impulsive at times. She exhibits a playful and sometimes flirtatious demeanor, especially when interacting with the Doctor. Clara is also known for her quick thinking, ability to anticipate situations, and her strong moral compass, often moralizing at the Doctor when she feels he is wrong. Clara often displayed tendencies that led her to be labeled by the Doctor as bossy, and a needy game player, and a control freak. Clara took great exception to this after being told the latter, denying that she was a control freak several times, but at one point uttering, "Nothing is more important than my egomania." While under the influence of Trenzlore's truth field, however, Clara admitted that she was in fact a control freak. Clara appears in a total of 42 episodes and 42 stories. Her first appearance is in Series 7. First episode is Asylum of the Daleks. After that is The Snowman. Then The Bells of St. John, The Rings of Akatam, Cold War, Hyde, Journey to the Center of the TARDIS, The Crimson Horror, Nightmare in Silver, and The Name of the Doctor. After that is on to Series 8. First episode, Deep Breath. Then Into the Dalek, Robot of Sherwood, Listen, Time Heist, The Caretaker, Kill the Moon, Mummy on the Orient Express, Flatline, In the Forest of the Night, Dark Water, Death in Heaven. Then is on to Series 9. First episode, Last Christmas. After that is The Magician's Apprentice. Then The Witch's Familiar. Under the Lake, Before the Flood, The Girl Who Died, The Woman Who Lived, Zygon Invasion, The Zygon Inversion, Sleep No More, Face the Raven, Heaven Sent, Hellbent, and then her final appearance, Twice Upon a Time. And as for Clara's special appearances, The Day of the Doctor is the 50th anniversary. The Time of the Doctor, He Said, She Said, a prequel for The Name of the Doctor webcast. Clara and the TARDIS, The History of the Doctor, a minisode. And The Bells of St. John, a prequel. And as you know, this is usually the part when I would say, oh yeah, she appears in numerous Big Finish audios, novels, and comics. While she does appear in numerous comics and novels, she does not appear in any Big Finish audios yet. But I do have an idea for the Impossible Girl series.
What? Squawk! No! No!
So hit me up, Big Finish. I really have an idea for an Impossible Girl audio series.
Do it.
Seriously, come at me. I got it. We can work this out. We can put her on audio.
Do it. I mean, squawk. Do it.
So now it is time for trivia on Clara Oswald herself. Please note this is going to be very lengthy because there is just a lot of trivia I found on her. And also we just really love her as a character too.
We just love her in general.
So here we go. Okay. Including minisodes and prequels, and including one in which a child actress plays young Clara, the character of Clara Oswald, or her splinters, appeared in 40 individual installments of the Doctor Who franchise, more than any modern era companion to date. Her closest competitor, Amy Pond, appeared in 39 if one looks up the Pond Life prequel arc as a single installment and not 5.
Gotcha, bitch!
Clara has been said by Jenna Coleman herself to have seen every incarnation of the Doctor throughout her various lives. Actual meetings have been depicted on screen with the First Doctor, War Doctor, 10th Doctor, 11th Doctor, and 12th Doctor. She's also shown to have caught the 3rd Doctor's attention and to have been in close proximity to the 2nd Doctor, 4th Doctor, 6th Doctor, and 8th Doctor, and to have seen the 7th Doctor from a distance. Not to mention manifestations of all past incarnations while in the Doctor's time stream.
What?
Clara and River Song are the only known characters in the history of the franchise, bearing the unique case of the TARDIS, who are confirmed to have encountered the Doctor's first 13 incarnations. Clara also indicated that she had spoken to the Curator, a future incarnation of the Doctor. The only incarnation Clara is not seen encountering in person on screen is in the 9th Doctor. Rather, she sees his ghost run past her in the Doctor's time stream. She does end up in his presence, however, in the comic stories Endgame and 4 Doctors, but does not interact with him. According to Stephen Moffat in Doctor Who magazine, the reason for the TARDIS's hate towards Clara was due to her seeing all of time and therefore seeing how dangerous she was for the Doctor, turning him into the hybrid.
What? What the fuck?
In the Rings of Akatan, Clara speaks of being a child who got separated from her mother on a bank holiday in Blackpool, the town in which Jenna Coleman was actually born. It is not until Robot of Sherwood that it is confirmed on screen that Clara is herself from Blackpool, just like Jenna. I thought that was interesting. Following Jack Harkness, Rory Williams, and Amy Pond, Clara is yet another companion who has had multiple deaths. Clara is the first long-term companion to die on screen since the 2005 revival, not counting events when companions were revived in some way later. Although Clara is technically revived in Hellbent, it is established that her death still occurs as depicted in Face the Raven. She is the first known ongoing on-screen companion to die right in front of the Doctor. At the time of her death, River Song was not considered a companion from the Doctor's perspective.
Women.
She is the 5th companion whose departure involves a memory wipe. Clara is also the 2nd former companion of the Doctor to be granted functional immortality after Jack Harkness, and the 3rd individual after a Shielder.
Come on. Do it. Do it! Come on. Come on. Kill me! I'm here! Kill me! I'm here! Kill me! Come on! Kill me! I'm here! Come on! Do it now! Kill me!
Although this is not directly indicated on screen and as such cannot be listed in the in-universe section of this article, Stephen Moffat confirmed in Doctor Who magazine 495 that the portrait of Clara seen in Heaven Sent and referenced above in Legacies was painted by one of the many versions of the 12th Doctor that passed through the confession dial. Although every modern era female companion has had her own recurring theme music, Clara's theme stands as the only one to date to actually be part of the narrative. Clara has inspired quite a few characters in Doctor Who Legacy mobile game. They are mostly based on the main version of Clara, except for Oswald, an ally character based on the echo of Clara that was turned into a Dalek from the television story Asylum of the Daleks. Clara's birthday is on November 23rd, the anniversary of Doctor Who. Clara was likely named after the late actress of Sarah Jane Smith, Elizabeth Sladen, whose middle name was Clara and who died a year before Clara was cast. She almost... I wrote a note here, sorry.
Wait,
I almost read it.
What's the note?
She almost took away Romana, but damn, at least she gave us Clara.
That's funny.
Because I looked up information on Elizabeth Sladen, who played Sarah Jane Smith, and yeah, we'll get into that video eventually. But yeah, at least she gave us Clara, so there we go.
And we love Clara.
We love Clara. With her place in the series narrative, Clara was intended to reawaken the Doctor's curiosity in the universe and give him back his mojo.
Mojo. Mojo. Mojo.
Moffat's predecessor as executive producer, Russell T Davies, praised the character's reversal of the companion's tropes. He says, nestling at the heart of the show is Doctor Who's very own problem category, the companion, a title inherently subordinate to the man. Until Clara comes along, companion to every single moment in the Doctor's life, a woman so strong that in her first appearance and her last, death itself cannot stop her.
Yeah, Clara.
The impossible girl, beating death. Now it's time for trivia on Jenna Coleman, who played Clara herself. So I thought all this information I came across was actually really cool. So like this one. Coleman was originally given the role of a Victorian governess named Jasmine, and then for the second audition, she was given both the characters of Oswald and Clara. She originally thought that the producers were looking for the right character, but later realized it was part of Moffat's soft mystery plan. It was revealed that the character was originally intended to stay as a Victorian governess. Coleman stated that Moffat came up with a mystery during the audition process. She played each version of the character as individuals with trust that there would be a payoff to her mystery. Moffat told Neil Cross, who wrote Hyde, the first episode Coleman filmed as the new companion, that Clara was a normal girl. So that was the audition process for Clara.
Wow.
So Moffat chose her for the role because she worked the best alongside Smith and could talk faster than he could. Talking fast, got it.
Wow.
According to Stephen Moffat, Coleman had intended to leave Doctor Who after Series 8 and agreed to one additional story, which was Last Christmas, and it would depict her character's death. During filming, she decided she was not ready to leave the program yet, so Moffat wrote on an alternate ending, allowing Clara to return for one last series. One of the reasons for her departure was for her casting as Queen Victoria in the drama series Victoria, which she was actually really good into. I really enjoyed that one as well. But I'm kind of sad that they put it on a hiatus since like 2019, 2020, and I don't know if they're ever going to pick it up again, so yeah.
Wow.
By the episode of Series 9, Coleman had become the longest-serving companion actor of the revival era, surpassing Karen Gillan by several such episodes. As such, it can be claimed that Coleman has played more different named characters in the Doctor Who franchise than any performer to date. Because she, plays Clara's many different echoes or splinters.
Wow. So
now for my personal opinion on Clara. She's literally, when I first got into Doctor Who, which was around 2013, honestly, she was the companion that was on the TV during the time. So she has a very special place in my heart because of that reason. She's my first companion. And when I watched like the episodes on TV and everything, I loved the character of Clara. The name of the Doctor and the whole entire big reveal of her being the impossible girl who was born to save the Doctor got to me. She just became my companion, my favorite companion in the modern era. And when I came across Face the Raven, oh, you bet. That day, I remember I drove home. I was so excited for the episode. And I was like, oh gosh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And they kill Clara. I was like devastated that whole entire night after that episode. I was like speechless because Clara is my favorite modern companion. She's the companion that was on TV during the time. It's just, she's another one of my favorite companions, so.
When a man loves a woman.
She's also my favorite too. I mean, like, I can pretty like, you know, say the same exact things that she did and so forth, and probably be repetitious. So everything she said, I did it and so forth. And when I saw the Raven episode, obviously, it got to me too.
Yeah, baby.
As for my opinion, I guess, on her, I don't know, controversial relationship with Danny Pink.
I hate Danny Pink.
I don't mind Danny Pink.
I hate Danny Pink.
I mean, I see that he was supposed to be the person that comes in between Clara and the Doctor, and that was very obvious from, well, everything that happened in all the episodes with him. But it was really sad when Clara lost him. You can see the whole entire process of grief she goes through. It's beautifully written and beautifully done and beautifully acted.
She got over him quick. Squawk.
So when she says goodbye to him in the graveyard and he's, you know, trying not to kill her pretty much because of the Cybermen upgrades and stuff, it was very sad for me. Like, I actually, like, for once I was like, this is, like, you know, very sad with him. Like, he didn't deserve to go through this. He didn't deserve to be turned into Cybermen and have to do any of this. So I thought, like, I didn't mind the whole entire thing with Danny Pink. I honestly didn't think it was going to be a permanent, lasting relationship for Clara, obviously, because she's so intertwined with the Doctor. And that's why I love it when they bring up in the next series the whole entire hybrid thing. Like, is a hybrid part Time Lord, part Dalek? No, it's Clara and the Doctor.
That's the way it should be.
Because they're so connected to each other. She was literally born to save the Doctor, so they're intertwined in each other. There's like this, you
Danny
know?
Pink was a tool, and he outlived his usefulness. The Raven found him in the end, in the form of Cyberman.
Or Missy, actually. It was Missy who did it. Missy was the one who turned him into the
This is
Cyberman
why we
to
like
begin
Missy.
with.
Missy's awesome. Future video coming soon. So Gallifrey won this year.
Oh my gosh, so iconic. So Gallifrey won this year. We got to meet Jenna Coleman herself.
Okay. I just thought it was going to be like one of those quick little meets, like you go up in the line.
You take the photo, you say, hi, thank you, I love you, snap, and then that's it.
Not this time. Mm-hmm. I was like, obviously, when we find out that she was going to be there, she was going to dress just like this.
Face the Raven, Clara.
And I said, you know what? I want to be the Raven.
And we're like, let's do it.
So we did it. And then we got in line, and people were like, you're dressed too soon, too soon.
Yeah, they're like, too soon. Please stop. It still hurts. That's
I
too
was
tragic.
flapping my wings right behind
He was
her.
falling behind me. Yeah, and I just kept going like, and everyone's like, Clara, there's a Raven behind you. And I'm like,
exactly. So squawk. So that rocked. So the thing about this is, like, we got in line, we saw Clara, and then first she didn't understand what I was at first.
because you were trying to explain it to her, like, okay, he's gonna be the Raven, he's gonna come after you, and I'm going to try to pull you aside to protect you. Mm-hmm. And at first she was like, but then she got it.
And then she got
she got it.
And then she got it, then I got like behind her and did the whole squawk thing. Then, like, you know, I gave my appreciation by saying, we love you, Clara, and so forth. And I thought that was gonna be the end of it. And we got these two photos right here and so forth. So, bam. So obviously the next day, and this is being Sunday at Gallifrey, I come with her to like the Doctor Who like panel.
It was a interview of Jenna Coleman from her time in Doctor Who. So I went and sat and listened to it, and yeah.
Yeah, and at first I wasn't sure I was gonna be able to attend that because I was running around getting autographs for her from all the Big Finish people. So I get in there, and in the first 5 minutes, she talks about us on stage in front of 2,000 people.
Yes, because the person in charge of the panel was like, okay, so it's your first time visiting Gallifrey 1. What is your most memorable part of the convention that you've seen so far? And she mentioned us. She was like, oh yeah, well there was a person in line for the photos who was dressed as a raven, and he had a Clara with her, and I'm just going, that's us!
And a crowd of 2,000 plus people were there.
We were her most iconic thing about Gallifrey 1.
And she made us just like stand up.
And we're like,
and I was fumbling with my phone to get something recorded because this has never happened before. This is honestly the biggest like thing that ever happened. It's like, okay, my one companion that I actually love the most out of all Doctor Who just called me out in a crowd twice. She did it once at the beginning where I standed up and she was wondering why I was dressed as Tom Baker. So that was that. And then the second time she messaged me like in her the rest of her interview, and I was like, I was just shocked. But
yeah.
But that was awesome. But in person, she is probably like the sweetest.
She's super sweet.
Most awesome person to do it like I've seen in an interview. But that made my convention, and I was just glowing ever since then. So it was a very special moment. I will never forget that. Yeah.
You're in the room.
Yes.
I was Raven yesterday.
Costume-wise, they have.
She did say that was the second time that she's been killed by a Raven. So I feel honored to actually be like the actual one cosplayer that actually did this first. So that was awesome.
Good job.
Yeah.
Don't mean to hug your video, but squat.
And it's
awesome.
it's something else that just added more of making Clara such a significant companion to us too. It's just she's impossible girl and we love her.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to the channel for more content. As for who we will be covering next, you can call me O, or you can call me the Spy Master. We're covering the Spy Master from the 13th Doctor's era.